Hello and welcome back to the Quick Slant on Green Bay Packer Nation and greenbaypackernation.com. Today we're discussing the fact that the Packers have brought in a couple of defensive players to interview for the potential of drafting them as the Packers' #1 draft pick in the NFL draft this year. So stick around. Okay, we're going to dig into these two players that the Packers have brought in a bit, but if you're new here and have not subscribed yet, we'd love to have you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever we go live with a new video. There are two players that the Packers have brought in to kind of interview as a potential draft pick for the number 14 slot, the Packers' #1 pick in the NFL draft this year. The first one doesn't surprise me a whole lot. It is Derwin James. He's projected by Pro Football Focus as the #1 pick in the safety core of this draft. He really fits the profile of the safeties that the Packers have in the past been looking for. He's 6'2", 6'3"-ish, and 211 pounds, so he's fairly tall, and that's the kind of profile that the Packers have looked for in a safety, in defensive backs in general over the course of the last few years. Again, we're shifting to new general management, so whether Gutekunst has those same profiles for his defensive backs we have yet to see, actually. But Derwin James does fit the profile of a Packer safety quite well. He's hard-hitting. He's very versatile. He can be used in a lot of different positions, which, of course, in the Packers and honestly the NFL in general is starting to move that direction where players can fill a variety of roles, not only because injuries can throw your season out of whack if you don't have versatile players, but also because if you have versatile players, the smoke and mirrors become much more difficult for an offense to handle. So I'm not real surprised in the Packers taking a look at Derwin James. The one surprise I have is, well, and it's not a real big surprise, but the one surprise that I had was the fact that the Packers brought in Tremaine Edwards from Virginia Tech. He's a linebacker, inside linebacker. Pro Football Focus has him as the #2 linebacker, only #2 to Roquan Smith from Georgia. So I guess I was a little surprised at this because, on this channel we've discussed quite extensively the fact that there are two glaring needs the Packers have on defense. One is depth in the defensive backfield, therefore not surprised that they brought in Derwin James, but the second was that the Packers' edge rush has really struggled lately. The Packers' pass rush in general has struggled lately, so the fact that they are looking linebacker in the draft kind of took me a little by surprise. I don't think Jake Ryan is a stellar linebacker. However, I do think that Blake Martinez is not only a very good linebacker, but still has not peaked in his potential. So I expect Blake Martinez will take another step forward. I honestly expect Jake Ryan to take another step forward, and I think he will become a very serviceable linebacker, much like A.J. Hawk was, which was the big beef we had with A.J. was picking him in the first round, and he became a long-term, very serviceable linebacker rather than the outstanding player that we really kind of expected out of that first round. But Tremaine Edwards does look very good. I mean, he's outstanding in run stopping. He's very good in rushing the quarterback. Creates almost, well, I shouldn't say almost every time, but very frequently when he is involved in the play. He's causing a turnover. So there's a lot of things I really like about Tremaine Edwards. But I was a little surprised that the Packers brought him in to kind of investigate perhaps taking him in the first round. So I do want to know what you guys think about these two players that the Packers have brought in. Do you like Derwin James? Do you like Tremaine Edwards? Have you seen much of them in college play? Because frankly, all I see is the highlight reels. So if you have some inside information, I'd love to hear it. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, we'd love to have you subscribe and hit the bell notification. If you like what we're doing here and wouldn't mind becoming a patron on our patreon.com profile, go to patreon.com/PackerNation, and even if you can afford as much as $1 a month, it would really help us out continue making videos like this. So until next time, go Pack.